senior housing is now. This, my brother John was born in 1933. Here he's pictured with my mother at Al's house in Colebrook. This picture of John was taken in 1945 with my mother's mother beside him. This is a picture probably taken in Lakeville, right outside of a tenement they lived in called the Beehive. My mother's second child, George Edward, was born in 1933 in October, and just after Christmas of the same year he died of colic. Ronnie was born in 1935. He's about 2 months old here. My sister Mary was born in 1936. We as a family always call her sister. This is sister pictured with her husband on the far right and their 2 children, Paul and Brenda. My brother Bobby, shown here, was born in 1937. This is his granddaughter, Tiffany. This is Bobby with his wife, Marianne. My sister Martha was born in 1939. This is a 4th-generation picture with Mom and Martha, Martha's son and her granddaughter. My brother Jimmy was born in 1940. Parents are still living in a place called the Beehive in Lakeville. This is a picture of Jimmy when he was 12. His real name was David James, but we called him Jimmy. It's a picture of Mom and Jimmy taken in the fall of '58. Around December, or just before Christmas of that year, he was killed in a car accident. Barbara was born in 1942. She's shown here in her graduation picture in 1960 from Regional 7. Barbara's husband, Chuck. It's another 4th-generation picture. Barbara and Chuck with their 2 kids, Debbie and Wayne. Looks like Mom and Chuck are back dancing in the background there. Ellie, the tall one here, was born in 1946 on Mother's Day. This is taken over in Lakeville. Every 4th of July we used to go over there and watch the parade. And then just to the left of the Ben Franklin 5 and 10 cent store was a entry to a ball field over there where they had carnival games and stuff. We'd play those all day after the parade, have a picnic, and watch fireworks at night. Ellie's shown here with her son Scott while they were in England. Bob had a job over there. This is Scott putting the garter on my mother at Debbie and my wedding. This little cute little rascal in the sailor suit and the blonde hair is me. I was born in 1947 on Father's Day. My sister Ellie was born the previous year on Mother's Day. About the time my sister Barbara was born in 1942, my family moved from the Beehive to the Lime Rock section of Salisbury, where they stayed until 1947. Then they moved to this house in South Norfolk. When I was about 2 months old, they moved there. This is the only house my parents owned. This picture was probably taken in Norfolk after we moved there. Everyone is pictured that was in the family except John, who was at my grandparents' house, and me. I was probably taking a nap. This is a picture of me when I was in Vietnam in '68 and '69. My mother told me after I got back that while I was over there, every time she heard a news cast, she would run to the refrigerator and get something to eat because it made her so nervous. In an effort to shed that excess weight, my mother went to a weight reduction program, and here she is at graduation, second from the left in the back row. I'm sorry, third from the left in the back row. This is a picture of Mom and I at my wedding to Debbie in 1975. How about that hair? This is a picture of Mom and my Tiffany. This is another picture of Mom and Tiffany. You would think she'd held a kid once or twice. Another decade, another kid. My brother Alvin, we call him Al, was born in 1950. Al with his son Michael at Michael's high school graduation. Same graduation, Michael with his mother Lorraine. Al's wedding to Kathy. Cheryl was born in 1954. Here Cheryl and Mom are on their way to England to visit Ellie. Cheryl's wedding to Santo. Brent was born in 1954 and rounded out a perfect baker's dozen. This is a surprise birthday party for my mother. Mom and friends from Meadowbrook. Next is 4 or 5 pictures of group pictures of my family. Every year my family would try to have 3 picnics around the summer holidays: Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day. Most of the time we had our picnics at People's Forest. Just after Christmas 1977, my mother moved into Meadowbrook, the senior housing in Norfolk. She had lived there until she died. While she was there, she helped out in the nutrition program as a volunteer, and occasionally they would take the volunteers out to a nice restaurant. Mom was able to participate in some pretty interesting things. This little bunny she's holding in her lap was something that she made herself, and she was very proud of that. The following audio is taking off a video, so it may be a little bit hard to hear, but this woman is talking with my mother about the rabbit that she made. My mother loved hats, and this one was made for her. This is the lady who made the hat in the previous couple pictures. Her name is Lulu, and she was an honorary adopted daughter of my mother. After Mom sold her house and moved into Meadowbrook, she was able to do a little traveling, and she moved down to Florida and lived with my aunt during part of the year, a couple different times. My mother made one very good friend at Meadowbrook. It was B. Simon, the one we had a birthday party for. This was billed as Western Day at Meadowbrook. This is Mom and her friend B. Simon. My mother loved to be outside, and it looks like she was outside a little bit too long with her sunglasses on here. She looks a little bit like a raccoon. Here's my mother would be in that famous rabbit. What you're going to hear next is an audio taken off of video. It's very difficult to hear, So you have to listen very carefully. And when Mom refers to her, she's referring to B. Simon.
I've been here 8 years and been helping May out for 7.5, I guess. Which we fight too. Oh, that's the fun of the game. And I go on the trips with our play bingo. That's it. So we don't get into trouble on Friday either.
This is Mom's friend, Mae Martian. One of the places my mother was able to travel to was this Indian reservation down in North Carolina. This is Cherokees. She also went here. We had the great delight of having my mom stay with us for her last 3 or 4 Christmases. And we took some video, and again, this is an audio from a video of for Christmas in 1995 at my house. Mom loved to be outside, and she was outside, weather permitting, as often as she could be. Mom's here with her friend, Jeanette Dory, who my mother nicknamed Chicken Little. And the man in the middle, I don't know who that is. I assume the woman in the middle is the husband of the man in the previous picture. A lot of things will remind me of my mother. Some are the color purple, liver and onions without the onions, jigsaw puzzles, peanut butter cups, pork chops, word search puzzles, her spoon collection, family picnics.
Do not let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God. Trust also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, I would have told you. I am going there to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you also may be where I am. You know the way to the place where I am going. Thomas said to him,